You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 27th of February. Mahakumbh festival that drew 663 million pilgrims concludes. PM Modi calls it a Mahayagya of unity. Pakistan's democracy ranking drops in 2024 amid poll violence, political chaos. And former Lankan president accuses UN of double standards, calls for action before UNHRC resolution. And now for all the details. The Mahakumbh Mela, one of the world's largest religious gatherings, concluded on Wednesday after 6 weeks of spiritual fervour, drawing an unprecedented 663 million pilgrims. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed the event as the Mahayagya of unity, reflecting on the overwhelming participation and its significance for India's cultural and spiritual consciousness. Take a look.
One of the world's largest religious gatherings, the Mahakumbh Mela, concluded on Wednesday, drawing 663 million pilgrims who sought absolution through a sacred dip at the confluence of the Ganga, Yamuna, and the mythical Saraswati rivers. Taking to X, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed the success of the 6-week-long religious event, calling it a Mahayagya of unity. He highlighted the Mahakumbh's role as a festival where saints, the elderly, women, and youth come together, reflecting India's collective faith and consciousness. The Prime Minister emphasized the event's significance for India's cultural heritage, noting that the Kumbh Mela is now a subject of study for modern management professionals. He also acknowledged the efforts of sanitation workers, security personnel, and volunteers who played a crucial role in ensuring the festival's success. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also praised the event, crediting Prime Minister Modi for its seamless execution. In a post on X, the Chief Minister further underscored the festival's message of universal brotherhood. Held once every 12 years, the Kumbh 2025 held special significance due to a rare celestial alignment occurring after 144 years. This extraordinary phenomenon attracted devotees from across India and beyond, including prominent political figures, business leaders, and international celebrities like Coldplay's Chris Martin.
बहुत सुकून दिल को बहुत सुकून मिला। ये कुंभ का आयोजन इतना भव्य और बहुत बड़ा, मतलब पूरे विश्व में भारत का नाम रोशन हुआ।
इतना विशाल समागम दुनिया के अंदर कभी नहीं हुआ, कहीं नहीं हुआ। 66 करोड़ 30 लाख श्रद्धालु किसी आयोजन का हिस्सा बने। कोई अपहरण की घटना नहीं, कोई लूट की घटना नहीं, कोई छेड़छाड़ की घटना नहीं, कोई दुष्कर्म की घटना नहीं, कोई भी ऐसी घटना नहीं जिस घटना के बारे में कोई ये कह सके विरोधी को भी ढूंढे ढूंढे दूरबीन लगा करके भी और माइक्रोस्कोप लगा करके भी वे इस प्रकार की घटनाओं को उजागर नहीं कर पा रहे।
India strongly countered Pakistan at the UN Human Rights Council, calling it a failed state after Pakistan's delegation, led by its Law Minister Azam Nazir Tarar, raised the Kashmir issue at the forum. Tarar accused India of human rights violations in Kashmir and demanded international monitoring through a commission of inquiry. In response, India's counselor at the UNHRC, Kshitij Tyagi, exercised the right to reply, calling Tarar's remarks baseless and malicious. It is regrettable yet unsurprising that Pakistani leaders continue to dutifully spread falsehoods dictated by their military terrorist complex, Tyagi said. Slamming Pakistan for repeatedly raising the Kashmir issue, Tyagi asserted the union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh were, are, and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India. In strong rhetoric, he further said that a country where human rights abuses, persecution of minorities, and the systematic erosion of democratic values are state policies and which brazenly harbors UN-sanctioned terrorists is in no position to lecture anyone. Calling Pakistan a failed state, the Indian diplomat criticized it for wasting the council's time, saying this is a nation that thrives on instability and survives on international handouts. He advised that instead of its unhealthy obsession with India, Pakistan should focus on providing real governance and justice to its own people.
As a country where human rights abuses, persecution of minorities, and systematic erosion of democratic values constitute state policies, and which brazenly harbors UN-sanctioned terrorists, Pakistan is in no position to lecture anyone. Instead of its unhealthy obsession with India, Pakistan should focus on providing actual governance and justice to its own people.
The new democracy index by the Economist Intelligence Unit has claimed that Pakistan's democracy ranking dropped from 3.25 in 2023 to 2.84 in 2024 amid political chaos marked by election upheavals. According to the reports on global democracy rankings, Pakistan witnessed violence ahead of and on polling day. It is worth noting that the 2024 general elections had the highest voter turnout in Pakistan's history, according to the Free and Fair Election Network. Furthermore, the post-polling process was labelled unsatisfactory. In a fifth of all polling stations observed, the presiding officer did not affix the statement of account in a conspicuous place for public display or was not seen transmitting a photograph of the result to the returning officer and the Election Commission of Pakistan. Worryingly, reports of candidates, polling agents and observers being denied permission to witness the provisional consolidation of results also surfaced. The people of the Diyama district are standing up against Pakistan's decades-long exploitation, demanding justice for the unfulfilled promises tied to the Diyama Bhasha Dam project. While Islamabad continues to extract resources from POGB, its own people remain deprived of basic rights, fair compensation and development. A report.
The simmering anger in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan has once again erupted into widespread protests, exposing Islamabad's continued exploitation and neglect of the region. The latest demonstrations in Diyama district, triggered by the Water and Power Development Authority's failure to honour its commitments. The Diyama Bhasha Dam project, initially presented as a symbol of development, has only worsened the plight of POGB's people. Thousands have been displaced, their ancestral lands seized, and their voices silenced, all while Pakistan exploits their resources for its own energy needs. The promise of land compensation, 6 canals per displaced family, remains unfulfilled more than a decade after being made. The organization's repeated failures have fueled frustration among locals who are now staging indefinite protests.
जो ज़्यादतियाँ वहाँ हो रही है वो अब एक बम की सूरत में आके पूरे द्यामर के अंदर वो फटने के करीब है। लोग केकेएच के साइड पे बैठे हुए और जिम्मेदारी का मुजाहरा कर रहे हैं। हालांकि केकेएच यहाँ हमारे पूरे चीन को वो लिंक कर रहा होता है और हमारी माशियत का एक तरीके से बेस यही केकेएच का रास्ता है शहर कराकुरम का, और इतनी जिम्मेदारी का एहसास कर रहे हैं रियासत की खातिर कि बंद करके ब्लॉक करके पाकिस्तान को नुकसान न पहुंचाया जाए। इसलिए उन्होंने पूरी रात केकेएच के साइड पे बैठ के धरना दिया हुआ है और इस वक्त भी वो साइड पे रोड उन्होंने खोला हुआ है। इससे बड़ी जिम्मेदारी का मुजाहरा तो नहीं हो सकता और बार बार वो चीख रहे हैं कि हमें हमारा हक दो, जिससे वो न गवर्नमेंट टच से मस हो रही है न वापडा टच से मस हो रहा है।
While POGB is rich in natural resources, its people continue to suffer under Pakistan's colonial rule. The Diyamar Bhasha Dam, expected to generate 4,500 megawatts of electricity, is yet another example of how Islamabad exploits POGB without investing in its development. The region remains plagued by power shortages, crumbling infrastructure, and a lack of basic services. The economic benefits of the dam will be funneled to Punjab and other provinces, while the indigenous population is left in darkness, both literally and metaphorically.
American President Donald Trump and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth announced on Wednesday that they are reviewing the failed withdrawal from Afghanistan. Trump urged Hexet to fire all generals involved in the withdrawal process. Trump and Hexet emphasized that they will thoroughly review all aspects of the failed US withdrawal, vowing to be more accountable than the previous administration in handling the situation. Hexet confirmed during the meeting that a comprehensive review of the entire Afghanistan withdrawal process is underway. He assured that they would take full responsibility for the outcome and its implications. Trump reiterated his call for accountability from those responsible for the deaths and injuries of US soldiers during the withdrawal. He expressed deep concern over the casualties and described the handling of the situation as horrific. The last US soldier left Kabul on August 15, 2021, marking the complete withdrawal of American forces from Afghanistan. This event coincided with the fall of Afghanistan to the Taliban after the flight of President Ashraf Ghani. While the new US administration has yet to announce a clear strategy for Afghanistan, Trump's continued focus on retrieving military equipment and holding those responsible for the chaotic exit reflects ongoing tensions over the handling of the withdrawal. Former Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe has accused the UN Human Rights Office of applying double standards in its approach to Sri Lanka and Ukraine, urging the government and political parties to address the issue ahead of a crucial UN resolution in September, the Daily Mirror reported on Thursday. Addressing an event, he compared global reactions to Ukraine's political situation with Sri Lanka's own experiences. He pointed out that while Ukraine has postponed its presidential election due to martial law, the international community has remained silent on the matter. In contrast, he noted that Sri Lanka has held elections even during times of conflict, including the LTTE insurgency in the north and the JVP uprising in the south. Wickremesinghe criticized the UN Human Rights Office for what he described as an unfair approach towards Sri Lanka, stating that despite its democratic track record, the UN is treating the island nation differently. He urged the government and other stakeholders to take the matter seriously before the UNHRC discusses a resolution on Sri Lanka in September. The upcoming September session of the UNHRC is expected to renew the mandate of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights to monitor and report on human rights violations in Sri Lanka. This includes the continuation of the Sri Lanka Accountability Project, which collects evidence of past and ongoing violations for future persecutions. India's Uttarakhand state, known for its spiritual and natural beauty, is emerging as a major economic hub in India with thriving industries in IT, agriculture, pharmaceuticals and tourism. With a robust economic output, investor-friendly policies and strong growth in sectors like manufacturing and technology, the state is rapidly becoming a prime destination for investment and development. Take a look.
India is reaching new heights of development, shining among the world's fastest growing economies. Uttarakhand plays a vital role in this journey. Known for its spirituality, natural beauty and sacred rivers, the state has now emerged as a rapidly growing economic hub. With thriving industries in automobiles, pharmaceuticals, agriculture, IT, tourism and education, Uttarakhand is setting new benchmarks for growth. The state's economic output has surged to rupees 2.87 lakh crore, while its per capita income stands at a rupees 2.61 lakh. Strong indicators of its remarkable progress and investment potential. Uttarakhand has implemented investor-friendly and transparent policies, making it a prime investment destination. Over the past 2 decades, the state has witnessed steady industrial growth, significantly expanding employment opportunities in the manufacturing sector. Over the past 2 decades, the state has witnessed steady industrial growth, significantly expanding employment opportunities in the manufacturing sector. With over 10,000 acres of industrial land available, Uttarakhand continues to attract major investments.
सरकार की जो नीति हैं, उसके कारण जो सब्सिडीज़ मिली थी, जो छूट मिली थी, उसके कारण यहाँ बहुत सबसे ज़्यादा इंडस्ट्रीज़ फार्मा की आई थी और आज की डेट में मुझे ये कहते हुए गर्व होता है कि सबसे ज़्यादा एक्सपोर्ट और सबसे ज़्यादा दवाइयों का निर्माण जो है उत्तराखंड में हो रहा है.
The agricultural sector in Uttarakhand is also experiencing consistent growth. The state has 4 major agroclimate zones, that support the cultivation of a variety of crops. The demand for Uttarakhand's organic products is rising rapidly in both domestic and international markets. Uttarakhand's cool climate, secure environment and abundant natural resources make it an ideal location for data centers and IT companies. The state's IT policy offers special incentives for emerging technologies. With an annual growth rate of 13% in IT exports, Uttarakhand is making rapid strides in the technology sector. Uttarakhand's continuous development is driven by strong policies and government initiatives, making it one of the most attractive and ideal investment destinations in the country.
वो सारे ingredients जो चाहिए for Dehradun to become an IT hub, वो सारी चीज़ें यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं. You are getting the right infrastructure, you have the right connectivity, you have the right talent pool and you have the right resources, and foremost, the willingness of the government to make it a IT hub is there.
That's all.